What if the Cold War never really ended? It just changed form. After 1991, the world didn't become peaceful. It became more complex, more strategic, and more unpredictable. When the Soviet Union collapsed, the US stood alone as the global superpower. Many believed democracy had won forever, but this unipolar moment was actually the beginning of new form of competition. Here I would like to bring some pivots which changed the power dynamics in the world. Pivot 1: Economic power over military power. The USSR collapsed proved a key lesson that you can't compete militarily without economic strength. This is where countries like China took a different path, keeping political control while experimenting the market driven economics. The pragmatic model allowed China to rise without pursuing Western democratic models. According to Samuel's Clash of Civilization, in the post war world, the main source of conflict will no longer be ideological, like capitalism versus communism, or purely economic, but cultural and civilization. Here we need to understand what this experimental pragmatism is. So we'll discuss about experimental pragmatism in upcoming videos. Pivot 2: Soft power and narrative warfare. The West shifted from tanks to influence. What does it mean by NGOs, medias, and democratic movements became tool of strategy. Color revolutions reshaped governments without direct war. So this was the rise of narrative warfare, controlling ideas, not just territory. Pivot 3: Technology changes warfare. In the Gulf War, the United States showed that precision weapons and advanced technology could destroy large armies. From this point, technologically superior and well trained force in number can have decisive success in battles. Pivot 4: Rise of asymmetric warfare. Powerful militaries faced a new problem. In places like Somalia and Afghanistan and later conflicts, weaker forces just use guerrilla tactics. So, this is called asymmetric warfare. It proved that even superpowers can struggle against small, flexible adversaries. Pivot 5: Return of great power competition. We see a major turning point here. In 2014, Russia annexed Crimea, known as annexation of Crimea. This was not just about territory, it signaled the return of great power rivalry. Russia challenged the Western led order without full scale war. Pivot 6: Hybrid warfare and grey zone conflict. Guys, modern conflict is no longer clear cut. Countries use cyber attacks, disinformation, economic pressure. This is called hybrid warfare or grey zone conflicts or unrestricted warfare, a war without officially declaring war. Here we can see People's Liberation Army's maritime militia plays a huge role in South China Sea, denying adversaries potency by grey zone strategies. Pivot 7: Emergence of multipolar world. Today, the world is no longer dominated by one power. The US, China, and Russia all compete in different ways. This is a multipolar environment. Pivot 8: Non contact warfare potency. A new dynamic of non contact warfare has emerged where combat is increasingly fought at a distance through drones and precision missiles rather than direct troop engagements. Azerbaijan and Armenia conflict in 2020, known as Nagorno-Karabakh War, systematically reshaped traditional land warfare into sensor driven standoff battle. A similar pattern is visible in the Iran US Israel confrontation, where long range missiles were used to overwhelm defenses, forcing adversaries into expensive interception strategies. This creates an asymmetry where low cost unmanned systems can trigger high cost defensive responses, marking a shift towards economically and technologically driven warfare rather than territorial battles. So, guys, what do you think about the video? And drop your comments in the comment box and do not forget to subscribe. Bye bye.